Hey yo, just wanted to do a little video of my vintage cat TV that I made. Just a little bootleg video, nothing crazy, nothing special. So this is an old 1954 RCA Victor TV. It's a pretty cool little TV. Originally it was some sort of a brown, that brown color sort of stuff. that And yeah, I don't know, I bought it at a thrift store for 30 bucks. It worked, but I probably needed an antenna, but it did start up. And yeah, so I got still got the big old dog here. Still got it. It's ready for the garbage or whatever I'm gonna do with it. Try to get rid of it. And I had to remove all the stereo. It has a little speaker in the bottom back there. It had a little speaker. Everything was working actually. But yeah, so basically I just took that apart. I didn't do any of the painting back here. I really didn't care, and tell you the truth, it's your own preference what you want to do. Just like I didn't finish like the front by the speaker in the back there sort of area. So basically I used a lot of painter's tape and just kind of cut some things off, with the painter's tape. So I removed this all kind of popped out, and it just goes back in with like little rivets. And some of these were a little loose when I put them back in, so I just kind of Gorilla glued them, and they're in there, not a big deal. Clean this off a little bit. This little piece here actually got bent back a little farther when I was flipping it over, so now it doesn't really I could super glue it so it's stuck, but I kind of like that you can see the nozzles, but there's nothing there. Obviously everything is gone from the stereo part and the TV part. So these are all super glued on, Gorilla glued. This wasn't even supposed to be there. I just kind of put it there for looks on that little spot. I put tape all over this, some of that painter's tape, or you can do whatever and just cover that up really good. And I used some painter's tape down here to get really into those nice edges here with this area right here, because I wanted to keep that gold, that original gold, and I really liked it a lot. So it came out pretty good actually. So it came out pretty good. And then inside I did kind of like a cream yellow. It's all wood in there. It's not, it's from 54. I'm not gonna get too crazy on it. It's just for a cat, so you can go a little hardcore. I'm actually thinking about putting some pictures in here of me or the cats, so they can see my face. So I'll do that a little bit later. I just got done with this pretty much today. It's up to you if you want to leave a cat bed in there. I got this kind of fake stuff in here. I like it though. I got it at Walmart. Got enough in there for about 3 bucks. So I just kind of super glued that in there. I cut this up to the size of the full area, and then I took an X-Acto knife and I glued, so you put this on the side so that it's easier, and then glue it down each side with some hot glue, and then cut your thing so it's best you can. Not a big deal. It doesn't have to be perfect, like I said. It's just for a cat. So I did that. Boom, boom, boom. So I did this first, painted it, and then I did this first, and then I did this after. And then it's up to you if you want to throw a cat in there, a little cat house, or a little bed. So back here, what I did was I just made sure everything that was super sharp is out of the area. I ground down these little areas here for that front sort of flip out box. That was ground down so that the cats you don't really want too much sharp stuff around in here. So these probably could get ground a little bit more. Not a big deal. It takes a couple minutes. I'm gonna ground them down just a little tad bit more. You can see I got the Gorilla Glue stuff all in here. Not a big deal. It's all on the inside. So these are these little rivets here that they have in here. So I made sure I put, well, this one's missing one, but I made sure I put the rest of them in there. So whenever you take the TV apart, if there's some things that you don't remember or unsure about, I'd probably take some pictures of it so you know how it goes back in. So that's about it. Other than that, like I said, I didn't really care about this backside area. Nobody's gonna see it, really could care less. So like I said, I super glued this down, cut this up a little bit to size. This was only $3. I got this over at a craft store for, I think it was about $8 or something like that. I got a good amount. Hopefully the cats don't kind of rip at that, but that should be okay. Kind of cool, it has a little stamp here, 1954, the original TV. I left this back part open. I know some of them, I've seen a lot of them where they're, the back part is enclosed and stuff. But I'm gonna put this in the corner of my room, I think, so then it's kind of easier access for the cats to kind of just go in. Otherwise they're kind of jumping in here, and you just kind of want a safe entrance for the cats here instead of trying to do a crazy jump in there, which I'm sure they can do just fine, but they can do it either way. But I'd just rather have them have it so it's both easy access and exit. Let's see what else. So I did about 3 coats on this thing. I used just regular some Krylon spray paint. I should probably have this ready for you guys. Sorry about that, but whatever. So I used some of use this for the inside. It's some 2x ultra coating cover. I had that, and then I also had some of this clear gloss for when I got finished. Put some of that on, and then I used some of this stuff. This was the main stuff. It's the plastic, good stuff, whatever, primer plastic for the good, whatever. Anyways, I used this stuff. I used probably about 3 cans of this stuff for the outside because I really wanted to put a good coat on it. So I tried to do about 3 coats on it. And then after I got done, I put that sort of sealant on it. Honestly, I don't know if that sealant's really gonna do much, to tell you the truth, when it comes down to it, because it's just spray paint. And that's about it. And it dries super fast. You know, you're still gonna have, you know, your little areas. If you buy one of these older TVs, it's not a big deal. Like, I had my sander stuff, and I was gonna start sanding it down, and you know what, at the end of the day, if you're not going for that wood look, just forget about it. Just clean it off. And that's what I did. It was very dusty inside there, dirty, some webs. Just clean it out. I used some regular wet wipes, like stuff that you get at a store, or just clean it out, get it done real good. Make sure you save these things, take them out, take this out, and it's very easy. It's just in there by some screws. And then just make sure you really tape this up very well, because you want to keep the felt really as clean as possible. You don't want any spray paint on it. So I did that. Like inside here, I had this off. So when I did the initial project, this is all off. There's nothing in there. I'm using a lot of newspapers to tape it up, and so that I could spray in the inside here. I did the other under here is like a metal grate sort of thing, and I didn't want any other paint kind of going on, the mint stuff kind of going around, so I taped that up as well. So you'll kind of see with your own project of what you're going to do and how you're going to want to do it. Like I said, it's not like perfect, but it's not bad either. And I have no idea if there's any other cat house TV tutorials out there. I'm not one that you should want to just think that you're going to get the best information from. This took me just a few days here and there just to work on it. After I got it spray painted down, then I installed this. Got everything in there. Make sure that if you have anything with like original gold or any like super kind of cool like, you know, stuff to it, that you tape that off and try to preserve a little bit of it as much as you can. And you don't even have to put this wall stuff in there. Like my buddy actually liked it without it. Just like to kind of like that that squash yellow, but I kind of really wanted to have a little vibe to it, I guess. And then this color almost kind of matched this a little bit, so it was kind of cool. Like I said, you don't even need that. Maybe my cats might not even freaking like that. Maybe they might just like this. Like I said, I got this at Walmart for like $3, enough in there. And that's about it. So I don't know what else I could say about this other than just watch out for some of the sharp edges on here. Just double check, you know, your cats are going to be jumping in and out of here, and make sure that everything is, you know, they don't get hurt from anything in there. So I bought this thing actually from a thrift store for about $30. It was an as-is purchase, so she didn't know if it worked. And I was like, you know, sure, you know, I'll take it. So this is what I did. So I used about 2 cans, I think, for the inside. I really coated that pretty good. But then when it comes down to the end of the day, I didn't even really have to coat any of that because look, it just gets covered up anyway. So I guess that's my fault, and I should, you know, I learned from this little thing, and maybe you guys can learn from this as well, that you don't need to spray it and all that stuff in there, and just put a little bit of like wallpaper. You know, it's a house, it's not supposed to be like a real TV. What I'm gonna actually do, and so I wanted to find an antenna, like an TV antenna. I couldn't find one at the thrift stores, but there's one that's closed today that might have it. Put a little old radio box. I had a little old radio box. It's not part of the year, I'm sure. It's a little bit older, but this thing was $10 at a little thrift store. I was like, oh, I'll take it, throw it on there. But imagine if this had like a nice old vintage antenna on top of there. Super glues that down, nobody's gonna move it. Oh man, it would be so awesome. All right, so yeah, other than that, I'm gonna leave this little video as just a kind of just like a little show and tell here, and hope nobody tries to critique me too much. Like I said, I'm just here, this is my first one, and it's not anything that's like super, you know, great. There's flaws in it all over, but like I said, it was a lot of fun, and you know, just kind of like, you know, take your time on it. Make sure you kind of try to spray it the best you can, but make sure you try to put a coating on it. I'm not, like I said, I don't know if the coating is really going to do very much to it, but especially cats, you know, they're kind of jumping around, they're kind of cruel. My cats aren't declawed, so God knows what's going to happen to this thing. And I'm wondering if the cats will start clawing at this. I'm like, oh God. But I got to throw my pictures in there. Don't forget, you got to put your pictures up in here. So when you get in the house, make sure you're putting your pictures up so the cats can always see you, and you're always at the house, in the house, hanging out with them, and they'll love to see your face. All right. Anyways, all right. Hope this is hope you got some little information. Maybe I helped somebody out. All right. Later.